What is the ugliest city you have ever visited? Blackpool. Kuwait City, by far. The most fucked up and dysfunctional place imaginable. Reddit's favorite, Gary, Indiana. Shreveport, Louisiana. Beloit. Fuck Beloit. Also Superior is a shithole. Driving the bridge from Superior to Duluth is like the scene in The Wizard of Oz where everything turns into color. Youngstown, Ohio. Pure depression. Midland, TX. Calama in the north of Chile. It is in the desert. It has a lot of dust. The only thing that lives there are stray dogs, miners and hookers. Johnstown, Pennsylvania. You can almost feel that the city is dying a slow, unsettling death. Bakersfield, California. Juarez, Mexico. Lawton. Okay, also. Only been on a few quick in and out missions into the town. But by golly does look like a mess. Wolverhampton. Blythe, California. Laurel. MS the try to doll it up on the HGTV show. But it's a cesspool. Upgraded to the most violent city in Mississippi last year, if I'm not mistaken. Bakersfield always gives me a headache when I visit it. El Centro, California. Beijing, Nanning and Guangzhou, China. December 2002. Streets. Sidewalks. The air quality all terribly filthy. Terre Haute, Indiana. Truly the armpit of the state. Tijuana. My strongest memory right after crossing the border was giving $1 to a child and then having 50 kids following me with cups out. It was sad. Vegas. Although I wouldn't call it much of a city. It was more of a clusterfuck of buildings, neon, and wasted lives all stitched together smack in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. I don't know the city, but it was in Mississippi. Niagara, NY. Stockton, California, no doubt. Oh my God, why has no one said Houston yet? Miami is amazing, but there are some areas that are fucking dire. Dayton, Ohio. I remember driving through St. Louis at night and the road there was so fucked up. So not ugly but damn fuck their interstate through there. Y'all have never seen an average ex-Eastern Bloc city and its ugliest concrete buildings. Pampa, Texas. LA. Depressing concrete shithole, and I'm glad I visited nicer cities in the USA. Everyone was so angry, sad there. Texas City or Lamarck, it's absolutely nothing special at all. Plain. No motivation there. You can tell the people just don't like living there. Bakersfield, California. Stayed at the Vagabond Inn, literal crack den and prostitution shop. Jacksonville, Florida. Present-day Moscow. Its architectural ugliness is one of its best features. Toledo, Ohio. The capital of West Virginia looked like shit, slummy. It might have just been the color, but IDK. Gary, Indiana. If you want to see melted gas pumps, weed smell throughout the whole city, and pure disarray. Newark, New Jersey. Abilene, TX. Just empty buildings, ghettos, and more churches than I've ever seen. The churches are doing well. The city, not so much. Delhi, India. New Delhi. It's a shithole. Being an Indian, I always thought that memes about Indian traffic were exaggerated until I drove through that disgusting city. Invercargill, NZ. New Orleans. Just wasn't feeling it. It smelled like shit and was a lot dirtier than I expected. Every strip mall suburb everywhere in America. Tucson, Arizona. The roads. Gallup, nanometer in the off-season. Regina. Modesto, CA. It should be a crime to make a city as ugly as Modesto in a state with so much beauty. Little Rock. Came there in early December, and it was the most depressing place I've ever been to, and I've been to Eastern Europe. Superior. Why just gross? Manila, Philippines. City, would be generous, but take it upon yourself to never stop in Stark or Waldo, FL. Thunder Bay, Ontario. Beijing. Everybody is so disdainful. Calgary. The same building for miles and brown grass all year round. Winnipeg, smiling face with tear. Birmingham, Alabama. Glasgow. So goddamn bleak. Troy, Alabama. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Probably other places in Alabama and Pennsylvania. I can't believe no one had mentioned Rochester, New York. Anything past Culver Road. The worst parts are near Lyle and Monroe Avenue. Place is a shithole. Spokane, Washington. St. Louis. Sudbury, Ontario. Blah. If you want sad and ugly, drive what is left of Route 66. Buffalo, New York. Either Trenton, New Jersey or Gary, Indiana. Daytona. It was off-season, but damn it looked sad. El Paso, Texas. Baltimore. The city is like a desolate, steel wasteland. In China, Changzhou. Jiangsu. Nothing to bloody do except a one-star amusement park. The street is cluttered with e-bikes. The streets are dirty with little upkeep. It's hard to look at. Los Angeles. Detroit, Michigan. Vegas. The strip is so unbelievably tacky, it's awful. Los Angeles. I felt like I couldn't breathe. It just feels so gray. Baltimore. Hollywood, Los Angeles. Grimy AF, definitely not what I thought it would be. Turin, Torino in Italy. Cairo. Tel Aviv, especially South Tel Aviv. Reno, Nevada. San Francisco. Detroit. It's too bad what happened to that town. Glasgow. It's like Europe's Detroit. Cannon City. CO. The Royal Gorge is lovely, but it's also home to multiple prisons. The rest of it is bleak as hell. Fort Smith, Arkansas. Anything in Nicaragua. Detroit. The airport was built by the Pilgrims and the only upgrade was some leftover swimming pool paint. From the 1950s, it goes downhill from there. Greencastle, Indiana. Pure racism and bougie Caucasian families who think they're better than everyone else. SMH. Glad I left that shithole. 1. Gary, Indiana. Philly. Literally trash any and everywhere, like PPL, just discard it wherever they please. Dearborn, Michigan. Shanghai. Super gray. Nothing much stood out to me. Polluted. The car culture was pretty terrible. IDK, maybe I'm wrong, but honking was the exact opposite. Troy, NY. If ever there was a gray city, it's Troy. Fordsville, Kentucky. It's full of meth labs and white trash. Plano, Texas. It's kinda between LA, Boston and Kampala. Cleveland, Ohio. That place irritates my soul. Cincinnati. St. Louis, Mo. New Jersey. Detroit. Vancouver. The skyscrapers, especially the apartment high-rises, were the ugliest I've ever seen. Design-wise. Everything else in the city was good though. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.